Yo, what are you so afraid of? Is it fear? Fear is what's stopping you from approaching that person you like. Well, let me tell you something. If fear is controlling your life, you're going to have what's called shoulda, woulda, coulda syndrome. I should have done this. Oh, I could have had a friend if I just went up to her and talked to her before she left the copy shop. Oh, I would have, but I just didn't know what to say. Shoulda, woulda, coulda syndrome. A lot of older people suffer from this because they have regrets of what they couldn't do in their younger years. Fear. Fear is what's stopping you from approaching that person. I'm here to help you get over that fear and teach you guys how to get over or how to approach that person you like. Fear. You have to get over fear, okay? I want you guys to understand something. Most people are waiting for you to make the first move. Most times, people are waiting for you to make the first move. Meaning, if you don't make the first move, they're not going to make the first move. And why are they not going to make the first move? It's because there is always somebody out there that is more of what you are. There is always somebody out there that is more of what you are. If you're the most confident man in the room, there is somebody out there that is 10 times more confident than you. If you are the shy kid in the room, hiding in the corner, then there is somebody out there that is 10 times more shy than you. And chances are, when you approach somebody, you don't know what side they fall in. You don't know if they're on the confident side. You don't know if they're on the shy side. But on average, most people are in the middle, leaning towards the shy side. So when you approach them and you have this fear that's creeping inside you, building inside you, best believe that they have fear creeping and building inside them as you're approaching them. So that should help you put your worries at ease when it comes to approaching people. Just understanding that they are just as scared or as nervous as you, right? But that should not stop you from accomplishing your goal. Your goal, whether it be making a friend, getting a girlfriend, getting a boyfriend, for my women viewers. Fear should not stop you. Fear will prevent you from a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful life. A beautiful life. Number 2, there is no script. There's no script to follow when you're walking up to somebody. You have to use your mind, tap into your imagination a little bit. I'm not saying that you have to come up with a crazy pickup line or, come up with the craziest, funniest line in the world to get them. But, hook, line, and sinker is not as hard as you think. Just use your scenarios, use the surrounding areas to your advantage, right? Use your mind, your creativity, come up with something. And by creativity, I mean, let's say you're at a bus stop, you see a girl, and it's cold outside, and you see her blowing her hands, warming it up. She got the jacket, she's shivering, she's putting her jacket across because she's cold. You just walk up to her and say, "Hey, you cold too?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's -2 degrees outside, feels like -15. And then boom, that's how you start a conversation. Man, you start talking. "Man, it always get cold around this time of year. Oh my God, you noticed that too? Ha 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 ha." See, it's not so hard. Use your imagination, use that creativity, get those juices flowing, and I promise you, you will get that person, right? Which leads me to my next point. Everything is on the table. Everything is on the table. What do I mean by everything is on the table? I mean, you can tease, you can argue, you can compliment. There is no rule saying that the first thing you have to say when you walk up to somebody is, "Hi, how are you?" My name is, no. Like I was saying before, everything is on the table. Use your scenarios, use your creativity to see what's the best thing to say within that moment, right? I'm gonna give you guys a couple of scenarios, right? Let's say you're bowling with your friends, you see a group of girls over there, and you're like, "Oh, I really want to go talk to them," or "I think one of them is pretty cute." You can wait for the one person you're trying to talk to bowl, right? Throw that ball in the gutter, and you just walk up to say, "You're not like that for real." And then she's like, "Oh, I'm not like that for real. Let me see you do better." Boom, competition. Now she sees you're a fun-spirited guy. Now she sees that you're somebody that likes competition. Now you can tease, banter. You didn't have to open with a hi, how are you? You just open with, oh, you're not like that for real. You're not like that for real. And now guess what? You're in. You're in. Second scenario, you at the gym, right? The gym is a little finicky, but let me just use an example of you trying to approach somebody to make a friend, right? You see a guy, he on the bench. He's doing 135. That's a plate, right? You walk up to him and you're like, yo, you look like you got good form. Do you put your shoulder blades back before you lift? Even though if you're a regular gym goer, you know to put your shoulder blades back, he will probably feel a sense of happiness helping you out, right? So he gives you advice. He's like, yo, I appreciate the advice, man. You looking big as hell. What's your name? Boom, started a conversation there, right? Next scenario, clothes. The other day, right? Because I go to school. It was about 2 months ago. I was coming out the elevator and I saw a dude. He low-key got that stuff. He got it on, right? He got it on. I walked up to him. I was like, yo, bro, you got good fashion sense, man. He said, oh, thank you. I think 2 weeks later, we have this anonymous messages thing app on Instagram. And I saw a post. It was like, oh, to the dude that lives in blank, who complimented my outfit that day before I went into the elevator, just know that compliment stuck with me for the rest of the week. So thank you. And I knew damn well he was talking about me, but it kind of clicked to me. I was like, wow, I didn't even think about what I said to him after I said it. It was just, I just wanted to say it. And now he took that compliment to heart all the way down to the rest of the week. And that is what I'm saying. Confidence can inspire. Confidence can stick with people. So you have to be confident because other people aren't going to take those leaps and bounds, right? You have to take those leaps and bounds to get what you want in life, right? I'll give you one more example before I move on to my next place. Or you're at a pizza place, right? And let's say you're one of those in one of those brick oven pizza places, right? And you see somebody like ordering a cheese pizza. You can just walk up to her and say, hey, me personally, I prefer margarita pizzas. I feel like they're a lot more flavorful. She'll be like, but I like it when the cheese is all over the pizza, boom, boom, boom. Now you have a conversation started there. You see what I mean? It's not so hard. Don't follow a script. Use your creativity. You'll get to the right places. I promise you. My next point. People don't care what you say. They just care how you make them feel. People don't care what you say. People just care how you make them feel. How do you make them feel? Do you make them feel comfortable when you're around them? Do you make them feel safe? Do you make them feel heard? Right? A lot of people in this life, right? They either want to talk about themselves, they want to be listened to, or they want to feel like what they're saying is important, right? If you can touch all three of these bases when you're talking to people, chances are you're going to have some pretty great connections, right? And all of those examples that I gave before, there are a lot of follow-up questions you can ask to get to the root. You know what I mean? For instance, when I gave you the gym example, you can ask, oh, how long have you been lifting? Do you take creatine or what type of protein powder? People love talking about themselves, especially when it comes to a subject that they're passionate about. When they're passionate about something, boy, oh boy, who ordered the yappuccino, bro? Number 4, practice with those around you. Chances are, if you can't approach somebody, then you feel anxious and nervous in other social scenarios with people that you're somewhat comfortable with too. Maybe you're afraid of saying the wrong thing. Maybe you're afraid of being perceived a certain way. The best place to start is at home. The second best place to start is with your friends, right? Focus on just creating a vibe around you, right? Let your mind go free. Say what you want to say. If it's a million questions, it's a million questions, right? If it's a million statements, it's a million statements, right? The goal of this is not to care about how you're perceived. See your speech patterns, your text patterns, and try to adjust through practice because experience is the best teacher, right? So once you've established establishing that vibe with your friends, establishing that vibe with your mother, now you can start going up to people Hey, I really like your shirt. Hey, oh, I think those earrings compliment you. Where you get them? You know what I mean? Start putting on those gloves and beating those nerves to the ground. You know what I mean? Last 2 points. Treat them like a celebrity and they'll treat you like a fan. What do I mean by this? Don't come off too strong. Oh my God, you have the best fashion sense in the world. Oh my goodness, I wish I could dress like you. If I ever heard some stuff like that from a person I've never spoken to in my life, need I say any more? Second, in this life, when it comes to anything you do, you either die about it or you live with it. They both hurt. You gotta choose. I hope this video helped you. I do a lot more conversation breakdowns on my Patreon. My Instagram is right here. I respond to all DMs. Disciples, we out.